That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.
Then I heard it. A scraping noise, like something large dragging its belly through the leaves. I turned and saw a rhino-sized thing moving through the shadow of the trees. It was hissing, its front half writhing in all different directions. I couldn't understand what I was seeing at first. Then I realized the thing had multiple necks, at least 7, each topped with a hissing reptilian head. Its skin was leathery, and under each neck it wore a plastic bib that read, "I'm a monster donut, kid!" I took out my ballpoint pen, but Annabeth locked eyes with me. A silent warning. Not yet.
Welcome to Of the Elder Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
I'm Taylor from Cabin 6.
And I'm Charlie from Cabin 13. And so we start off this chapter, and everyone's become an airbender. Like, they're bending that wind to get them along in the boat. No?
It's fun.
Yeah?
It's funny because you're wearing an Air Nomad shirt.
I know. I did not plan that. I did not.
Good
I'm
job.
also wearing my Avatar sweatpants.
Perfect.
That I did plan. I did plan to wear the shirt with the sweatpants, but I didn't plan to wear
not
them.
with the episode.
Not with the episode or the quip, no.
Oh, good. Well, yes. Wait, would them? So maybe Percy is the Avatar.
Well, let's see. I mean, his dad is the god of, like, the seas and also earthquakes, so,
Yeah,
like,
so
that's
that would
two
be
elements.
Earth and water.
He's just... And, like, yeah, I mean, he can't fly, but, like, he can airbend now, so...
Yeah, so he just needs to get some fire.
I feel like I don't think that'll work very well.
He does pretty well. He does pretty well on the lava wall.
That's fair. But, as you know, lava bending... Oh, wait, you haven't seen Korra. Never mind.
We're trying to watch things. Well,
It's earthbending. It's not
that
very
would
bending.
make sense because
Yeah.
lava is rock.
Yeah. I think it's very misleading because when you see, like, a thing of a past Avatar in the first show, I think it's, like, a firebender doing lava bending, and it's like, well, I mean, they're the Avatar, so they can bend all 4, but, like...
Yeah.
That's an earthbending thing.
Yeah, because lava be rocks.
Yeah. Lava be rocks.
Mm-hmm.
You heard here first, folks.
Lava be rocks. We're fine.
We're thriving. Taylor,
you know
what
who
is this
isn't?
chapter about?
I was gonna say, you want to know who isn't thriving?
Oh, you were gonna do a smooth transition?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, well, we don't do smooth transitions on this show.
You right.
We are anti-smooth transitions. Go ahead.
So, that... my brain immediately went to, like, physical, like, transitions.
Yeah,
and I was like, don't you want a smooth one of those?
I mean...
Normally, that's a good thing. I don't know why that was, like, the first place my brain went, but that's where it went.
Okay, like, I get it when my brain does that first, because my brain also did do that, but that's me. That makes sense. Taylor, I'm glad to have infected your brain with trans things now. You're welcome.
It's fine. It's fine.
To all our trans listeners, yes, we do wish you a smooth transition, but this show does not do smooth ones.
It's fine. We're fine. Why is my computer being weird? Okay. So let's talk about these Confederates that we see for, like, 2 sentences. I must admit to not liking donuts, but I'm here for them if Tyson loves them. Somehow we find ourselves in the Chesapeake Bay, of which I used to live in the watershed, in a cool demigod hideout made by Annabeth and Talia. And Luke. Fuck him, you know. Annabeth is still on her Cyclopes being the worst shtick, but I think she's coming around to Tyson. The lovable giant finds a monster donut shop, and we find out why Starbucks exists. Turns out it is a fave spot of a lovely Hydra. If you like the Lightning Thief in movie form, then you sure like this part. We're saved by head bitch in charge Clarice and voyage off with Confederate army. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, a kid literally typed the entirety of the lyrics to the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song the other day in the chat.
Amazing.
I don't know why.
Amazing.
I
That's
didn't argue
beautiful.
with it. I was like, you go, kid. Ugh. So,
All
y'all,
right.
where the fuck are we? We're finally somewhere. And that is the Chesapeake Bay.
We're never anywhere. We just were in the ether, and now we're in Chesapeake Bay, finally.
Yep, it's fine.
Your favorite place.
So, I grew up in Pennsylvania. The central part of Pennsylvania is in fact part of the Chesapeake Bay watershed because of the Susquehanna River, which I lived along. Most of what I'm going to say now is just a rant about how polluted the fucking Chesapeake Bay watershed is. Here's a story. When I was in 11th grade, we went on a canoeing trip for AP Biology. You know, just casually canoeing down the Susquehanna. You wanna know what we found in the goddamn river? A full-on vacuum. We found a fucking vacuum, we found a shopping cart, and for some reason the guys in our group decided to take both with, which was both good because we got them out of the river, and bad because we were in goddamn canoes. So, fucking take care of your watersheds, y'all. That's the main gist of this. I'm a fan of, like, my river. I loved it growing up, but I was very sad, so take care of it. The Chesapeake Bay is, like, eastern shore of Maryland and Virginia. Basically, Maryland has that weird, like, little tail thing that comes down, and, like, Delaware's there, and there's this strip of water in between mainland and that weird fucking peninsula. That's where the Chesapeake Bay is. It also included in, like, that watershed is the Potomac, which people recognize because it's DC's river, and people also know the Potomac is also gross, so Chesapeake Bay is not thriving. It is the largest estuary in the United States, though, so it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
There's about 150 rivers and streams that flow into it. The Potomac and the Susquehanna are probably the two biggest ones if I had to make a guess size-wise. Oh, I guess the James does flow into it as well. What's a really fun thing to do is to take the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. My mom is deathly afraid of it, and it's fucking hilarious because it's super, super, super high. I love it. It's great. Yeah, I mean, I could go on. I do want to bring up the fact that it is, in fact, an Algonquin word, or what it's based off of. I think it's Chesapeake, is how the original Algonquin word is said, but I might be wrong. Which just means at a big river. And it's the 7th oldest surviving English place name in the United States. And was originally called something, it was originally applied to this area by explorers from the Roanoke colony. But yeah, so that's the main thing. Oh, this is interesting. It's also known as the Drowned Valley of the Susquehanna River, which is the river that I grew up upon. And I like that sort of, idea of it because it's this like strip of water in between two big pieces of land. So it's like a valley of water.
Yeah.
So there are 7 main rivers. The 3 main ones, though, being the Susquehanna, Potomac, James, Susquehanna being the biggest of them. That's it. I just wanted to talk about it because I have a personal connection to it and a reason to complain. And the guys who took us on this canoe trip were from Maryland. They were part of this conservation society, and dudes were blazed the entire time. They're taking all these high schoolers on a goddamn canoe trip, and they're fucking out there. And the whole time, he just kept saying, "You gotta keep keeping on, man. Just keep keeping on." And that's stuck with me until this day.
Keep keeping on.
Just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me switch to where we are, or why the fuck we are now. This is really the first iteration of our view into how much Rick likes the Civil War.
His boner for the Civil War, if you will.
Yeah, he was a teacher before he became a writer, in case anybody didn't know and or forgot that fact.
Yeah, I think he taught, like, English and history. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna teach you all about the Civil War, even though you didn't ask for it. So, the Confederate Army had a navy, obviously. It wasn't a very good navy, especially considering...
But it was a navy.
it existed, especially because it was going up against the United States Union Navy. The United States, this is about the time in history when the United States starts to become, like, really known for their naval power. So, maybe don't fuck that up.
Yeah.
It's fine. It went totally well for them. Yeah. The whole point was they were supposed to, like, try to use their ships to draw off Union ships from their blockades. The issue is, there were many, many, many more Union naval ships, so they could go chase the Confederate ships down, while still keeping the blockade in place.
Wow.
And then, on top of that, they were like, okay, we're already small, let's spread us even thinner. They would, like, go and try and attack ships coming from other countries to give supplies to the Union. And it didn't work.
Is this the real reason why the Confederates lost? Their shitty navy?
No, the main reason we lost was because General Sherman went across Georgia and fucking set it on fire. Just
as one does,
Just completely on fire.
Yeah, just...
Oh, and that time when we starved out Vicksburg in Mississippi. That was a time, too. I hate American history, but here we are.
But here we are, still in America.
It's a navy that lasted a whole 4 years. As far as I can tell, the Birmingham wasn't associated with the Confederacy. I think Rick just took a boat that was a thing in U.S. history and made it what Clarice was on, even though the soldiers are Confederates. But then again, Ares has, like, she can, like, control, soldiers who were on the losing side, I guess. So, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So basically, the Birmingham has nothing to do with it. I'll talk about that here in a second. The CSS Shenandoah fired the last shot of the American Civil War in June 1865. The boat did not surrender until November 1865. For context, the war ended in April 1865. Yay! It's okay. It's okay. Other interesting boat is the CSS Sumter. As many people should know, if you were American, that the first shots of the Civil War are at Fort Sumter, and these bastards went and fucking named their first naval boat after the goddamn fort. Like a haha fuck you moment. I love it. I don't love the Confederacy, but I love what they did with the naming.
Yeah.
I'll also take this moment to note that the Confederate flag as we know it was not actually the Confederate flag. So I'm just putting that out there. If you are a secret Confederate, please stop listening to our show. We don't like you.
Yeah, I did notice that it was a different flag because it's got entirely different placement of how everything is.
Yep. That flag, I believe, was... I want to say it was like the personal flag of Davis or something like that. It was something very specific, and then it just sort of blew up after the war.
Okay.
Like a lot of shit. It's fine. It's not. There are 3 boats in U.S. history called the USS Birmingham. I went for the one that was closest to this period because they mention it's an ironclad boat. An ironclad boat literally means there's iron on the sides. Wow.
Whoa!
What a surprise.
Crazy.
But it was like a new cool thing at the time because if you shoot something at a boat made of iron, stuff bounces off. You shoot stuff at a boat made of wood, it goes through it. So
You know what? There can't be any fairies on that boat because fairies and iron don't mix. So
you're right.
no fairy circles now.
No fairy circles on the USS Birmingham. Its claim to fame is that the first airplane takeoff from a ship was off the USS Birmingham. Or at least the earliest USS Birmingham. I picked the one closest in time. And it was mostly an escort ship, not necessarily a huge boat that people would be using, which is the other reason that I would think that it would be this ship that they are on in this instance because of its size. It is part of World War One. It fights, quote unquote, through the entirety of our place in the war. Sorry, let me just fucking yawn. And after the war, she gets to stick around for another 3 years before it gets decommissioned, and then they take it apart and sell it for scrap. What a sad ending.
Maybe this is actually the ghost of that ship.
I'm thinking. About 396 people would be staffing the ship. 64 officers, 332 enlisted men.
It's a lot of zombies.
I doubt they have that many zombies on this boat. So, yeah, it cost $1,566,000 in 1908 money, which is much, much more than that today.
I'm not doing the math this week?
Fine. 1.5
million. You don't have to, I said
1910 to today. That'd be about 29 million today.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. There's another big one that fights in World War II as well. But that one's wasn't torn apart, and it says it is currently at the Birmingham History Center. So unless Clarice somehow stole it from the Birmingham History Center, I'm gonna say it's not that one. 'Cause how did she get to Birmingham, Alabama from New York City?
Well, I mean, how did she get these undead people? So,
that makes more sense. Her dad's the god of war. They're soldiers.
We don't get the explanation till next chapter, though, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my ranting. Reminder again, I hate U.S. history. You want to know what subject I teach? Fucking U.S. history.
I am sorry for your loss.
I'm going to talk about the Roosevelt Corollary today. And I don't know if you understand how hard it is for me to not swear about capitalist fucks in class.
Yeah.
Just let the socialists teach U.S. history. That was a good idea.
Of course it was. Well, to end your suffering, let's talk about myth things.
Yay!
So, in case you mythed it, gotta do that every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go over the bag of winds very shortly, because it's literally just a little bit in here.
The bag of winds part in this goddamn book pisses me off so much.
Oh?
To tell the people about it, and then I'll say why it pisses me off.
You don't mean in the Sea of Monsters, do you? Which pisses you off?
No, not in the Sea of Monsters, in
okay.
the fucking Odyssey.
Okay, well, so the Bag of Winds, or the Thermos, as Percy has it, it's given to Odysseus, by, oh god, Aeolus? Is that how you'd say it?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he's the keeper of winds. Sometimes mythology, they make him a god. Sometimes he's just a dude. It really depends on...
He's a windy boy.
Yeah. It contains all the winds except for the west wind, a gift that would have ensured a safe return home. What the fuck?
I'm so mad about why they were so close.
They got so close to Ithaca, which is Odysseus' home.
They can see their shores.
And then the people on his boat, the other sailors, just like opened up the bag and fucked them up.
We'll see.
And
okay.
Oh my god.
So Odysseus stays awake for days to make sure nobody touches this bag, because he knew if somebody touched the bag or opened the bag that it would fuck up the whole thing. He finally passes out, and that's when they fucking do it, because they think it's gold. But no, it just takes them all the way back to Aeolus. And I read this in 10th grade, and I'm still mad about it, Charlie. These goddamn dumbasses, and this is why they deserve to die.
Yeah. Literally, just the Odyssey is basically just like, let's fuck up Odysseus' life for 10 years. And that's it. That's the entire thing.
Yeah.
And then murder. Lots of murder.
Well, I mean, his whole journey starts off with murder, because he's coming from the Trojan War. And then it ends with murder.
But then it's like a fun little massacre. You ever just, like, kill all the guys who are trying to sleep with your wife? You ever just do that after 10 years?
And if another person tries to sleep with Joe, I might consider it. I know he's faithful and all, but, you know.
Well, like, I mean, Penelope is faithful to Odysseus. She doesn't want any of that shit.
And you want to know who isn't faithful? Fucking Odysseus.
Yeah, well...
Y'all, I love the Odyssey. Mostly because it makes me spicy.
Okay, Taylor's mad. We're gonna move on from the Odyssey. Nothing else we have to talk about talks about the Odyssey. Let's talk about the Hydra. I can always bring it
back to the Odyssey.
Hail Hydra. No! You know what's... Okay,
oh,
okay,
wait, no, it's this. It's both.
I was gonna say, you just did the regular Hail Hitler.
No, sorry, I meant to do both times.
The other day, I saw one of my mom's Barbies, like, with her hand outstretched doing that, and I was just like, why is your Barbie a Nazi? She's like, oh, she's saying hi. I'm like, no, it's the wrong...
She's hiling, not saying hi.
That's the wrong angle for her to be waving. That is...
Yeah, either, like, make it lower or
like...
That 45-degree angle, that's the problem.
Oh, that's what my quip was supposed to be today. It was just supposed to be me whispering Hail Hydra. Anyway. I forgot. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Lernaean Hydra, or the Hydra of Lerna. Yeah, it's, it's a fucking dragon. But, like, a million heads. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I clicked on one of these pictures down at the bottom.
Oh no.
And the penis on it is so confusing.
Which picture?
A modern version by Nikolai Trick.
Oh god. I don't see a dick.
That's the thing, is like, you have to like zoom in.
I don't want to.
That's what I'm here to do.
Oh, and then there's this one where like, the one right next to it, where the snake is just, like, right where Hercules' dick's supposed to be. Yep. That's pretty phallic.
I think it's a pretty sexy picture.
Oh my god.
And then there's the one that's the main picture, And it's giving me big Garden of Eden vibes.
Okay. I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I love how it's a serpentine water monster. It is a dragon. That's the same thing. Serpentine water monster that's a dragon. It's a big snake-like thing that kills people.
Yay! I also
it's a chicken. That's what it is. It is a chicken.
It is a chicken.
Wait, imagine if it was just like a chicken, but you cut off the head and more grow back.
Maybe that's why chickens, chickens can still run after their head is chopped off for like 30 seconds after.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't know that. Okay, yeah, chickens can still move
know that.
after their heads are chopped off. And maybe it's leftover from you chopped off the Hydra chicken's head, and it would still be moving because it was going to grow back. And these are the descendants of it, and they can still move, but their heads don't grow back.
They're all descended from dinosaurs, so the Hydra's descended from the dinosaur, and then the chicken's descended from the Hydra. That's how it works. That's exactly how that works. Take my word for it. I'm exactly right about this.
I do believe so.
So of course, we already mentioned that Heracles is in the pictures for this, but who fought the Hydra? It was Heracles.
Oh shit!
Isn't it always? It was one of the labors.
I mean, yeah, he had to do 12 labors because he fucked up 2 of them. So. Well,
yeah.
Well, he didn't fuck them up. He did them. The king's just an asshole.
Yeah, he did them, but was this one of the ones that didn't end up counting? Because this is one that he got help with. Yep. Okay.
His nephew gave him the firebrand.
His nephew / boyfriend.
Yes.
Let's not forget that part. Iolaus?
Iolaus,
that's his name. Yeah, so they fought the Hydra together. Of course, they couldn't just chop off the heads or anything. They had to chop the heads off and then, use fire to burn the stumps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he also used some of the Hydra's blood and soaked his arrows in it later. So that helped him on, basically every other labor after that.
Yay!
And like most monsters, the Hydra is the child of Typhon and Echidna. Wonderful. Our faves.
Oh yeah, we could go back to the fact that the Hydra blood is what killed the Stymphalian birds from earlier.
Yeah, that's true. What is it? Okay, there's a constellation of the Hydra? I did not know that. Okay, interesting. There's a constellation of everything, so I guess it makes sense. But
I think there's 60-some official constellations, I think it is.
There's too many fucking constellations. Did somebody put them in the... Okay, yeah, so... there is one version of the myth where Hera puts the Hydra into the stars, because there's always gotta be some frickin' version of that. Stupid. It always happens. I don't like it when the monsters go in the stars. They don't deserve it.
Its southern end borders Libra and Centaurus, and its northern end borders Cancer, in case you wondered.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. So here's... The Hydra also had other parallels in other religions, such as the 7-headed serpent in Sumeria. Cool. And, the constellation, the Hydra, is also sometimes associated with Marduk's dragon, whose name I don't know if I want to try pronouncing.
Mushushu. Mushushu.
Mushu.
Mushushu. There's a lot of S's and H's.
Mushu.
And also related to the beast in Book of Revelation.
Yeah. Well, of course. Isn't everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does not mention Hydra on here. Hail Hydra. Rude. Is that really how it goes? I honestly do not know the
I
Hydra.
don't remember.
I don't remember how it goes.
It's been a hot minute.
All I remember is Wakanda Forever. Oh, okay. There's not like a whole lot on it. I mean, it's a pretty simple story. Like, it terrorized shit. Heracles killed it with his nephew/boyfriend. It's my favorite fact because it's Greek mythology. Everything is fucked up,
and everybody's fucking.
Everybody is fucking. Usually, they're fucking their relatives.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to when everybody's related to Zeus.
The fact that, like, it's taboo when Oedipus does it, but, like, not
but
when
everybody
anyone
else is fine.
God, poor Oedipus.
That man, I genuinely feel bad for Oedipus in the end.
That motherfucker.
It was not his fault.
Nope, his parents literally did it to him. Always blame the parents.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I know it's only mentioned, like, in a few sentences in this chapter at the end, but, like, we gotta talk about the very interesting undead soldiers, because, I mean, they're also kind of the title of the chapter. It's funny, because they only show up for, like, a paragraph. But still. So, which one should I start on? Because I got a few different pages here, because Percy uses different terminology. Why don't I start off with zombie? Just because he uses that, and I also hate zombies, so...
I'll talk about the disease that can make people into zombies.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
I hate this. Taylor, why?
It's a parasite.
I don't like this!
So, there's questions about whether or not it's real, or... Well, because we see a lot of parasites especially with insects and small amphibians that will get into the brain and sort of control the animal to do what it wants. But there are some reports out of Haiti, and I think partially in the Dominican Republic, of people getting a type of sickness that sort of turns them into what would be essentially a zombie, in that they're not really there, but they're alive and functioning, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's a thing.
I don't like it.
Yep, it's not great.
Yeah, well, so zombies, they're not only, like, a television thing, they actually are a folklore thing. Fun fact. You know, they're undead, they're reanimated corpses, yada yada yada. They're from Haitian folklore. Fun stuff. Usually reanimated through magic.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and this disease that I'm talking about is associated with Haiti. And that's where they think the idea of zombies come from.
That makes sense. So, like, it's all interconnected. The zombies originated there.
And people in Haiti were so scared of becoming a zombie that's how slave owners would keep them from revolting or committing suicide.
Oh, why did you have to bring us there, Taylor?
I don't know why this was a part of my sociology class I took in college. You're welcome.
Okay, there's a bunch of things about, like, the word, and how it's, like, related to different words. Words that I cannot pronounce, so I'm just gonna move on from that. Boop a doop a doop a doop a doo. Ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doo. But, like, I don't know, the words mean, like, god and fetish, I guess.
Yum.
Yum. Yeah. I love this. My brain is just like, what's happening? I'm reading. Okay. It has some associations with voodoo, which I'm not sure. Does it actually have associations?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay.
So
the wording here was confusing me for a second.
Yeah, so that's where the whole, like, zombification thing, like how they would use that fear, because it was part of voodoo. Voodoo is based off of African religions that a lot of the slaves would have brought over. And zombification is sort of part of this. Like, if you were to do... something could happen and you would be turned into a zombie. well, people in charge twisted it, saying that if you committed suicide, you would automatically become a zombie, and people were terrified of that. So that would keep slaves from committing suicide to get out of their misery, because they don't want to be a zombie.
Ah, okay. So, and the zombies were raised by, the Loa Baron Samdi, who's the Loa of the dead. And Loa is, like, their word for god, but, like, they're not gods necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff.
I think, I'm pretty sure he is in, American Horror Story Coven.
Well, I know he was on, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's all I know. And it was really weird. But everything in that show was weird. Oh, wait. We have something about salt here. A zombie could be saved by feeding them salt? What?
Cool.
Okay. What do you mean saved? Wait. Okay, so they would, like, no longer be, like,
a zombie. I think then
zombie?
they would eventually, like, move on into their afterlife.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, I know that, like, salt is, like, one of those things where, like, that's how you usually protect from zombies. I definitely talked about this, like, very vaguely on Fandoms Gone Wrong. We talked about Hocus Pocus. Because there was, like, a whole thing about salt and, like, oh yeah, protection from witches. And I'm like, no, not quite. But, yeah, it's usually, like, a protection thing that I know of. But, okay. So you feed them salt and they just die. Okay.
I guess.
I thought it was more like you just use a salt circle or something to protect yourself from them. Oh, I'm not going into hypotheses because you went into some of these things, and then there is too much cultural stuff to go into that shit, but yeah, my not actual plug on that would be iZombie, because I don't usually like zombie media, but iZombie was good. I don't like zombie media because it's usually very depressing, and, like, well, we're all gonna die, but, like, we're gonna try not to. But we're all gonna die, so it doesn't matter.
I know my place in the zombie apocalypse is to die early on.
Yeah. That's why I don't like thinking about it. That's why I don't like watching zombie media, because it makes me very depressed. But iZombie was not depressing, so there we go. Also, Warm Bodies. It's a good movie. Okay. So, Percy also uses the word ghoul to describe these things. And ghouls are another fun thing in folklore. Okay. So these are... What? Wait, okay. It's like demon-like or monstrous, and I'm like, okay. Sure. Both? Maybe, probably both. I would go with both.
Yeah.
Monstrous and demon-like, I think that's the same thing. But yeah, they are Arabian, in origin. They're undead.
Arabian Night.
Arabian ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Associated with graveyards and consuming human flesh. So, like, zombies eat the brains, and ghouls eat the flesh. So they're not the same thing. But yeah, in modern fiction, they are often, like, kind of interchangeably used, but, like, they're not the same thing necessarily. Oh, what does the word mean? It means to seize? Or... There's a lot of different things here. To cast spells, to scream, to crow, wrath. Okay.
Warlike ardor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, the fact that, like, it also has, the word Galu, which is, like, literally a word for a demon, in, Sumerian mythology, that makes sense. That's related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, we have different words for a male ghoul and a female ghoul. We have a ghoul and a ghula.
Good. I'm glad that we are specifying the gender of the fucking ghouls.
The two genders, ghoul and ghula.
Oh,
I hate the society we live in.
I'm gonna put that in my Twitter bio.
What?
Identifies as ghula.
You gotta spell it the same way they spell it on here. You gotta do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, sometimes they are, desert-dwelling, shape-shifting and they can assume the guise of hyenas.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's badass. That's pretty weird for just a random undead thing, but like, you know, vampires got lots of shit they can turn into, so why not? So like,
well, they also drink blood, it says, so maybe...
Yeah. They prey on children, drink blood, steal coins. And they eat the dead? Okay. That's helpful, actually. Can they just, clean up, all the corpses in the world?
So they prey on young children, so they're also the Fae. It's fine.
They're also, yeah.
Are they leprechauns, too?
Well, no. Well, are you saying because they steal coins?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that they're
get their coins somehow.
What? I fucking forgot what it's called. I was gonna say, Niffler. They're Nifflers, actually, because they steal coins. They like shiny things now.
A ghoul is also a name for a female ghost. I thought female ghosts were just called ghostas.
I hate you.
I hate me too.
I also hate this page for saying that. But you know what? When people say ghosts and ghouls,
I always associate them as being the same thing. Now I know they're not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ghoul is not the same thing as a ghost. It's not. But also, I just hate the fact that, I get it. It sounds like girl. That does not mean it's the female word for ghost. This has no citation. So I think that is just bullshit, and I hate it. I really hate it.
Ghoul sounds like how Guru from Despicable Me says girl.
Yes! Goyles! I can't do an impression of Gru, but
You know.
You know. You understand. Yeah. Oh shit, okay. Wait, look at the Islamic theory here. So, I just saw the last sentence of that, and it's they believe the ghoul could be a class of jinn, like genies, who could be converted to Islam if someone recites these verses from the Quran. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Let's just convert these demons. Why not? Sure. Does that turn them not into demons anymore? I'm unclear with what happens after that. You can be converted, but then what happens? Are you saved? I am unclear.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think ghouls are pretty weird and interesting, especially the hyena part of them. That's the most badass thing to me. Is they're just we can just turn into fucking hyenas. Why not?
That's fine.
Just go with it. Yeah. But, basically, it's made they make me think of, vultures with the fact that they can just, eat dead people. They don't have to eat living people. It says they can consume human flesh, but they also consume dead human flesh. So, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying not to think too hard about it.
I'm thinking too hard about it because it's fun. Alright. I'll go to skeletons. I don't know how much there is on skeletons here, but...
Oh, just a little.
But
it does talk about Mexico.
Undead skeletons. I love that. It's gonna be the best part. Alright. I love how, the first thing that you can, click on the page is, the actual skeleton page, because this is the undead skeleton. Love that. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually... it has, a tiny folklore, but it's most, the first few sentences are oh yeah, it's all about, it's in this media, and it's in fiction. It doesn't even talk about, the folklore stuff, but, But the big thing about myth and folklore for skeletons is the Grim Reaper! My fave. Love the Grim Reaper. I love me a skeleton and a hoodie with a scythe. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's my type. Taylor is unimpressed with me.
I'm just accepting it, bud.
I'm trying to get any reaction out of you.
Sorry, I'm very focused on the skeleton in the hat.
That is a very pretty skeleton. She's got it going on.
She just looks happy with her life.
Her death? Happy with her death?
Her
afterlife?
Well, she's not really dead because she's undead.
her afterlife.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Yeah. Yeah, animated skeletons are usually personifying death. Just the personification of death. The Grim Reaper, also like the Horseman of the Apocalypse who represents death. It's just it's death, you know? It's death. Which is why there's a section on Mexico and Dia de los Muertos! Yay!
A kid the other day asked me if there was a holiday to celebrate death, and I was like, well, yeah. You missed it by a month.
Yeah. It's, you know, It's one of the best holidays. Like, God, just... I love me a good death celebration. Except, you know what? It actually celebrates...
Calacas?
Oh my god. Calacas? Okay, I didn't remember this terminology before. I remembered, calaveras, because those are the sugar skeletons,
Catrina.
right?
What?
Isn't the calaveras the sugar skeletons? Is that what that is?
Yes, La Calavera Catrina is like an actual etching, and then it's the one you see there.
Yes, that's the nice pretty lady with the hat.
And then that's what the sugar skeletons are based off of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, like, you could say, I mean, it's the Day of the Dead, but it celebrates the people's lives.
Yeah.
It's not even really a celebration of death. It's a celebration of the dead and who they were, and remembering them and all of that shit.
Mm-hmm. But you can tie it back to this in that it keeps their memories undead.
That's true.
They are truly undead as long as somebody remembers them.
Imagine if you remained a vampire as long as somebody remembered you. Imagine if you remained a zombie as long as someone remembered you. You just said undead. There's a lot of different undead beings, man.
They remember me by feeding me salt.
That just makes you dead again.
Yay!
One of my favorite quotes is, killing people, it doesn't make them like you. It just makes them dead. And that's from a Harry Potter musical. Anyway. Am I boring you, Taylor? Or can we talk about the one last one I have?
We can talk about this one, because I don't know what it is.
Okay. Cool. Oh, page just closed on me for a second.
As far as I know, that's just a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is.
I mean, yeah. But a revenant is an animated corpse. Because, of course, there's a million of these things. And they're everywhere. There's a lot of undead beings. Percy does not mention this one, but I think revenants are interesting, too.
I feel like revenant is probably the best description of what we see.
That's why I brought it up. I'm like, it's literally just like an animated corpse. And it means the returning or to come back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're in various mythologies, like Celtic and Norse. It's often used interchangeably with ghost by folklorists, and sometimes vampires.
Same thing.
Or just like the undead in general.
All monsters are equal.
I just like them because it's like a very simple word for, like, it doesn't have the connotations of zombie, which is like, must eat brains.
Mm-hmm.
Or like ghoul, which people think is like a ghost, or can turn into a hyena, which is way badass. Or it's also not necessarily a skeleton. It's an undead being, and it's not super defined. It's just, it's
a dead body that's moving.
It's just a dead body that exists and is alive but not. And there's a lot of wording here, and I'm not going to read it. I'm going to be done with this now.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the chapter now.
Okay.
Because we're an hour into recording.
It's fine.
Is it? I don't want Taylor to fall asleep here.
Taylor is always asleep mentally.
That's true.
That's my secret. Although
right.
yesterday I literally fell asleep while working. It was 3:15. It was 15 minutes before the end of the day. But yeah, fell asleep with laptop open. It was fine.
Oh, babe.
We're good. Okay, we hitch a ride with dead Confederates, which doesn't happen until the very end of this goddamn chapter.
I love that it's just like thermos.
I think he's saying thermos.
No.
This is not Harry Potter, Charlie.
But I'm just saying, the way it's like there on the page, to me, it makes it feel like it's just so much more dramatic than just thermos. Thermos!
Thermos is very dramatic. Thank God for Tyson for understanding what he wanted, because Annabeth was not okay.
Tyson can read minds now. Confirmed.
Well, Percy yelled thermos.
Yeah. Yeah, Annabeth's just not here because she saw Luke and she's still, like, mentally like, ah!
And Tyson is just a full-on built-in, like, seatbelt thing. He, like, grabs them to, like, keep them from...
Yeah. He's just like, okay, and we're gonna stay on the boat, please. We're good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So they airbend to get out of there. They skip like a stone. I love that. And then the Princess Andromeda is like a toy boat in the distance.
Me too.
I love that they use the wind to send an Iris message. Like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. We got some rainbows here. And then God, Chiron. He's in the middle of a rave.
Chiron's fucking living his best life.
He is in the middle of a rave. Strobe lights and rock music. My God. I love it.
It is pretty great. I'm glad he's living his best life right now. He sort of deserves it.
Yeah. You know, he's taking a little vacation. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Except he's like, curse my relatives.
Yeah, but, you know.
Just
trying.
That. I just that phrase. Just put that on a shirt. Curse my relatives.
I feel
out of
that.
context. It's wonderful. Yeah, so he didn't want them to leave camp? Well.
Plot twist.
Did we have ideas about what Chiron wanted them to do if he had the plan that they should leave camp or not? I can't remember. It's been a minute.
We thought he did, but apparently he didn't.
Maybe he wanted Annabeth to go and not Percy?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. He just said she shouldn't have let Percy leave camp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he should have realized that if Annabeth was going to leave, Percy was going to come with her.
They also needed Percy with, like, his nautical knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, it's come in handy here,
Like, 5 seconds later, 530 nautical miles. The fuck? He's just... I love this power because it's, like, not helpful in any other situation except for this book.
Yep.
This is the only time that this is important, is when he's actually in the water and sailing.
When he happens to need to know an exact latitude and longitude later in the book.
Yep.
Oh. So, they fly by Virginia Beach and get up into the Chesapeake Bay, where we find a very specific hideout made by Annabeth, Luke, and Thalia. Man, this thing's like...
So wait, what? I'm trying to find the description of it. Where is it? It's just... So it's a patch of brambles, and then there's a door, and then it's a shelter big enough for the three of them. Okay.
From plant material, and are waterproof. And they've got sleeping bags, blankets, a lamp, javelin tips, arrows, swords, ambrosia.
Does ambrosia go bad?
It's the food of the gods. I don't think so.
Well, maybe that means it has the life of a Twinkie, where like maybe 50 years, then it'll be bad.
Yeah, like
I don't
feel
know
like
when
it's gonna
Twinkies
be
go bad, but you know what I mean.
Okay, that's actually a myth. Twinkies have like a normal shelf life, like what you would expect for a pastry.
Is it a myth though? I've never eaten a Twinkie in my life.
Either have I, but I looked into it.
Interesting. But like, yeah, I imagine that ambrosia for some reason would go bad after like, I don't know, a normal human lifetime. It would be a human lifetime that it would go bad.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents on that. But yeah, this was the place for the old found family that is no more because one of them is dead and the other one is dead to Annabeth.
One of them is dead to everyone.
Yes. Yeah. And then there's Annabeth, who's just sad. Okay, so then Percy just feels uncomfortable, jealous even.
It's because
at this place
he got the hots for Annabeth because he's a teenage boy, but he doesn't know he has the hots for Annabeth because he's a teenage boy.
I mean, I was just like, is it in a crush way or is it in like a friend way? Like, wow, my friend spent a lot of time with like their other friends here, and I'm just like kind of here. It feels awkward. I'm just saying I could read it in both ways.
Yeah, because I guess he does mention Thalia in this part, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I was thinking like Thalia is also involved there too. It's not just a Luke thing.
That's fair.
I'm gonna say it's somewhere in between the two of those, probably. Yeah.
He's in deep light though.
Yep.
So Percy
they
asked
need a dozen
Tyson.
safe houses.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think about how long they were on the run.
I want to see all of their safe houses. I don't think there's a short story about all of them, but I want to see that.
I imagine they're a lot like this one.
Rick, can I get like a map of where all of their safe houses are? I'd like to know.
Please
and also Camp Half-Blood.
Yeah. Is it a solid place? That's what I need to know. So Percy tells Tyson to go look for some donuts in a wilderness convenience store.
He wants Annabeth to like not be so closed off for the moment.
Yeah.
He wants her to relax, and he's like, Tyson, go
maybe get rid of the Cyclops
for snacks
for like 5 seconds.
Here, donuts! Here, donuts!
It's so pure. So goddamn pure.
I love him. I don't like donuts, though.
Either do I.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
They leave like a weird filmy taste in your mouth. Ugh.
Yeah.
So they both agree that Luke let them go too easily. Something's definitely up. There's no way that he would have let them go like that.
But what's the bait? Is it the Fleece or Grover? Both?
Porque no los dos.
Yeah.
And
would Thalia have been on Luke's side?
But then Annabeth brings up that Thalia and Percy are like the same. And the fact that Percy wouldn't turn on Olympus.
Well,
Thalia wouldn't.
They're both children of the main gods. They both have black messy hair. They both have light eyes.
Thalia is Harry Potter?
Well, so technically she has blue eyes. Okay, I don't think we talked about this when it came up in the Lightning Thief. But
Thalia is movie Harry Potter.
Yes. So I think in the first book, when Percy has like a dream of Thalia, she has green eyes.
Yeah.
And then any other time she's described, she has blue eyes.
Yeah.
So.
But
anyway, Rick, get a better editor.
I'm sure he has a good one now. He's been making books for a while now. So that's how we established that Thalia would not, in fact, join Luke, because Percy wouldn't join Luke. And Percy is right in not asking Annabeth about the prophecy, because she definitely wouldn't tell him.
I mean, there is a difference between Thalia and Percy. One of them, like, doesn't know Luke is being evil. One of them has, like, more of a connection to him. So,
Yeah.
just saying. Percy knew Luke for like a week before he knew he was evil.
That's fair.
So,
That is fair.
Thalia knew him for how long? Just saying.
True. Good news. Tyson found the donuts.
Yay, donuts!
At Monster Donut.
Okay. How do you feel about this whole situation here with
I
Monster
think it's
Donuts?
fucking hilarious.
I don't know why Rick had to do this.
It's so dumb, but I think it's so great.
It's so dumb. It never comes up again. I don't think in like any other book or story about like how chain restaurants exist. But like, why? And also, where is my Monster Donut merch?
Where is my Monster Donut? I might consider eating those donuts.
Like, if there was like a pop-up like Monster Donut or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it had special like Percy Jackson themed food, you know?
I'd go.
Definitely. So is the employee like a normal person or is it a monster?
It doesn't say. It just...
That bothers me.
We could see one employee reading a magazine. That's all it says.
Yeah, they do insinuate that, like, Tyson can go in there because he's a monster, though.
Yeah.
That makes me very confused, because Percy's like, yeah, they exist in New York. We can just go. Like, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have questions. I have too many questions about Monster Donut. So yeah. The origin of how chain restaurants came to be is because of Children of Hermes in the 1950s.
So is that
makes
implying that Roy Crocker...
so much sense.
Okay, so yeah, Roy Crocker is in fact a child of Hermes.
And this is...
the founder of McDonald's.
Okay. I don't know these people by name.
I guess it's just because I know the history.
I don't. It's fine.
Oh, I don't know why I said Roy Crocker. It's Roy Croc. I'm fine.
It's actually Crocker from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep,
that's who it is. Absolutely.
The whole time. Definitely.
It was Crocker all along. Yeah.
My favorite.
But I just love the fact that it's like, it's Children of Hermes, which, I don't know, it makes sense with like, Hermes is, you know, everything about Hermes. God,
it's gotta be fast.
Gotta be fast, you know, fast food.
Customer service. Customer
service and things, and, yeah, just gotta be everywhere at once. That's why there's like 1 million Dunkins in Massachusetts.
Dunkin' is superior.
What's superior?
Dunkin'.
Okay. I did not hear what you said.
Yeah, sorry. Dunkin' is superior.
Yeah. Hot take, I do not like Starbucks that much. Like...
I like a good Frappuccino. Mostly because I like sugar.
I like hot cocoa. And it's better at Dunkin' than it is at Starbucks.
It is better at Dunkin', yeah. Yeah, okay. So, you know who's getting donuts? God damn, a fucking Hydra.
Yeah, okay. I'm so confused at, like... So, Annabeth knows a lot about this shit, anyway. So, how did she know that, like, the Hydra was gonna be there at that specific Monster Donut? Because, like, realistically, it could have been anywhere if it's just tied to the franchise, right?
I think she heard the noise.
Maybe?
I don't think she knew what it was. She heard a noise. Because then it says that Percy hears it, like, right after.
Okay.
So I think it's because she heard something.
Maybe. Oh, I thought because she was talking about it could be a nest. Like...
Yeah, no, I think she was going to keep talking about it, but then she heard a noise. Was my read, at least.
So do you want a bib that says, I'm a Monster Donut kid?
Yes, I do.
I think we all need one.
I think we all need merch that just said,
I'm a Monster Donut kid.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Yeah. So Percy, has to become Captain America and fight the Hydra now. So.
Yay.
Imagine Captain America fighting with a pen and Percy fighting with a shield. They just swap.
It's fine.
It's fine?
It's fine.
You okay, Taylor?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my belly is just...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So they're waiting, and Percy's thinking about the stuffed Hydra head that he saw at camp. But he's like, wow, the real thing is like so much scarier.
Yeah, and no shit.
And then what does Tyson do? He does the tropey thing where he steps on a twig, and then it hears them. And then they gotta run and fight.
Acid.
Acid, you know, just acid.
Casual acid use.
I like that's just a great just a great phrase. Casual acid use.
Yeah, it's for like the people who don't go all out on their acid, but.
So you're saying the Hydra is like maybe tripping on acid?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, good to know.
That's how this works.
So they fight. That's how I describe fight scenes.
Fight. Yeah, basically, they're dodging acid, and Percy is dumb and cuts off the head. Yeah,
he's like, I wasn't thinking, and then he's like, oh shit, wait, I didn't mean to do that. But you know,
yeah, redo Uno reverse card.
Just let's redo that. I didn't mean to do that, but yeah. So Annabeth is more concerned about the fact that he opened up a Monster Donut somewhere instead of the fact that like they were about to die.
It's fine.
So they need fire. Tyson, I almost said Typhon. Tyson fights the Hydra like it's a whack-a-mole. That's just a wonderful image to me. You know what? That would be great. Like, make a Hydra into a whack-a-mole game. Yeah, that's it.
I'm here for it.
It's wonderful. And then there's just, a steam engine. Just like, chug, 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 chug.
He gets fine. So excited about it. I love it.
There's a boat.
He's so excited about it being a steam engine, like, specifically.
Yeah. It's great. And then they don't even have to, like, defeat the Hydra. It's vaporized by the boat. It's great.
Yay.
And guess what's on it? Well, I mean, we talked about them, like, 5 times, but, like, once again, how Percy describes them, he talks about them as zombies. Shimmering faces that only partially covered their skulls. And ghouls. Just saying. That's a lot of different descriptions. Those are all different things, man. Not the same.
It's fine. He's trying his best. He's trying to learn way too much stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna call them, they're revenants. That's what they are. They are revenants.
Yeah, I'm going Team Revenant here.
Are you Team Revenant or Team Zombie or Team Ghoul? We should editing Taylor. We should do a poll for that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah. So it's Clarice who's on the ship. And she calls them losers and says, well, come aboard. I guess I have to rescue you. And that's the chapter.
Yay!
Wonderful. Oh my god. Taylor, you got a plug for me?
I do. I prepared.
Wow. Okay.
I was able to get a copy secondhand of the Lego Harry Potter games, like the full
yes!
The full thing 1 through 8 for Switch.
Amazing.
I am currently on the second movie, but it's slow going because last week I was dead. Listeners, as you might have noticed, I didn't upload an episode on December 2nd. I was unwell.
Yeah, Taylor is now a revenant.
I might be. It's concerning. To make matters worse, the third and the fourth, I couldn't use my left hand. It just didn't bend. So I've not had a great month, health-wise. So that's why there was no episode on the 2nd. We're recording today on the 7th. I'm a little better, but Harry Potter's been helping.
Yeah.
I've now seen 4 of the movies.
Yay!
We watched Goblet of Fire.
Everyone just pray to, like, Doris, and, I don't know, maybe, like, Asclepius, he's the god of medicine. Pray to one of those.
Apollo,
all of our patron gods,
Apollo would be good, because he's also the god of teachers, and, always use that boost.
Yeah, I mean, so you're a daughter of Athena, but, like, your patron's Apollo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what that comes down to. Oh, yeah, so Harry Potter.
I think Apollo would be my patron, too. Anyway.
Yeah, probably. Well, it's just because Apollo's the fucking god of everything.
That's true. Wait, but also Hermes is my patron, just because I love him.
That's fair.
Also
Hermes,
the god of everything. Both of them. The gods of everything.
They're just wild.
They do too much. Too much work.
Yeah. I do agree.
Oh, okay. My plug. I have a plug. So I'm gonna promote a YouTube. Taylor's mouth just went open. Like, whoa.
A YouTube?
Yeah. I'm gonna promote, Negative Legend, which is a YouTube channel, that, like, covers, like, just talks about, like, different little pieces of media. Like, okay, so, specifically, they put out an hour and a half, video about She-Ra, and I watched that while I was at work the other day. So I was like, yeah, this is great. I love this. This is wonderful. They had never seen She-Ra before, and then they watched it, and I'm like, this is wonderful. I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And
so Joe is playing Zelda out in the living room, and every once in a while it just sounds like a fucking crying baby. And I don't even know what the sound effects are in that game.
I don't know. Can I also just plug Joe for taking care of you and being wonderful to you?
Joe is genuinely a gift from the gods.
Yeah. Everyone just love Joe. Joe's great. We love him.
Joe's good boy. Spelled with an I.
Yes. My favorite gender.
Boy. Yeah, no, Joe, I look forward to Joe being on the show so that people know he's real.
I mean, I know he's real, but, like, I don't
have an imaginary boyfriend, I promise.
Is he from Canada?
Yes, my boyfriend who lives in Canada. He's my boyfriend, lives in Canada.
Is this a song?
Oh yeah, there's a song in Avenue Q. I thought that's what you were referencing.
No.
Yeah, it's
no, that's
my girlfriend who lives in Canada.
I just knew that was, like, a thing that people say, like, when they're like, oh, you have, like, a fake, like, partner. Do they live in Canada or something?
Oh, yeah, no, there's an actual song in...
Okay. I just know that as, like, a I don't know, pop culture, I guess, thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Canadians aren't real. That's what we've learned from this.
As our guest on the next episode is Adele.
Who is also not real.
Who is decidedly not real, I guess. Sorry, Adele. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Charlie, get out of my fucking cabin.
No.
You can follow the podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send an iris message to us through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. You can follow me, Taylor, at Taylor from Cabin 6 on Instagram, and Historical Femme, spelled FEMME, on Twitter. Catch me on episodes of the Restricted Section, Hell from Elsewhere, and True Stories of a Tryhard.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, mainly Instagram and Tumblr. But on Twitter, I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm not salty about. No, not at all. I also have an art Instagram that I sometimes use at GreenPixieDraws. Sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mack. That's MACK.
Our music was written by Nora Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian Emmerich. You can find Nora at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your pod. We are proud to be a part of the Movie Night Crew Network, which features the Movie Night Crew, join some friends as they react to some terrible, some meh, and some really great movies, and the Restricted Section, a chapter-by-chapter Harry Potter pod with lots of spoilers all the time.
What's up, potheads? We're the Restricted Section, a raunchy, rowdy, rambling, unabashedly pro-trans rights Harry Potter book club podcast hosted by a bunch of nihilistic millennial assholes who are desperately clinging to childhood fantasy as a way to escape the monotony of our 9-to-5 work culture and the inevitable extinction of the human race at our own hands. Isn't it wild that this book series was spontaneously created by the gods and has no actual author? The Restricted Section features a bunch of nerds with potty mouths rereading the Harry Potter series for what has to be like the 3rd to 20th time, and discussing the way the story and its themes have stayed with each and every one of us into our adulthood. We would love for you to join us every Wednesday wherever pods are cast.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now, we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.